And hello, everyone! Welcome to Nerds with Dice in the very, very first session of Masks the Puzzle Project. I am your benevolent overlord, Game Master Nox, and I'm very, very excited to bring to you all to the world of Hunter Heights, a sub-district in the city, Halcyon City. But before we get to the story, we're going to go around and introduce our players and a brief introduction of their characters. So I need everyone to, sorry, I should have given you this heads up during the green room. I need you to give me your name, your pronouns, your character's name, your character's pronouns, your character's superhero name, and we'll stick with that for now. So we're
Playbook?
going to start. Oh, playbook. Yes, playbook 2. I will write that down in the video chat. But Sin, you're up first.
Hello, I am Sin Synthetic 20, Asynthetic 20 on Twitch and Twitter if that is your preferred dumpster fire of choice. Today I am playing Rory Ajax. Both I and Rory use they them pronouns. Rory's superhero name is Brimstone, and I am playing the Doomed playbook because I just am that sad.
All right. Next up, we have Jilly.
Am I muted? I'm
Mm.
not muted.
No.
The one time I actually check. Okay. Hi, I'm Jilly. I am Oh Look It's Jilly most places on the internet. You can find me there talking about theater and dialects and editing and writing and all of those fun things and performing Shakespeare in the Park. Um, I will be my pronouns are she her. I will be playing Violet Talks Fairtree, who is the reformed playbook and uses she they pronouns. Um, and I think that is my jam right now. So yay, third stream of the day.
You've been streaming all day. Oh my god.
I got up at 6:30.
Oh my god. Thank you for being
It's
here with
fine.
us
We're
today.
fine. I'm very excited to be here.
All right. Next up is Mary.
Hi, I'm Mary Kate. My pronouns are she, her. You can find me on socials at Nerd on Wheels 15 or the Nerd on Wheels, just depends on what username has been taken or not. I am going to be playing Hazel Crowley, aka Metamorphosis. Uh, her pronouns are she, her, and I am going to be playing the Beacon.
And next up, we have Skylar.
Hi, I'm Skylar. I use he, they pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at HRTBeats and Skylar K. Swift on Itch. I actually just released a free mini TTRPG party style called Cabinet of Curiosities. I'm playing Zara Almuda here. And they use they them pronouns. They are the Janus playbook, and their superhero name is Railspike.
And last but not least, we have Elle.
Hi, I am Elle. You can find me various places with various uh, different forms of at Sapphic Soulful or at Soulful Sapphic. You know, gotta bring up the fact that I'm gay. It's a necessity. I will today be playing for you Sasha Morgan. Both of us use they them pronouns. Sasha's hero name is Hecate, and they are the Protege playbook.
And I am Nox. My pronouns are she, her. I am many characters all at once in this game because I am the game master, so I will be your NPCs. Before we start, I do want to say a couple of things. This stream is sponsored by Grinding Coffee Co., a Black and LGBT plus coffee company, and you can find link in chat for discounts. I also wanted to give a content warning. This game, The Puzzle Project, deals with an accessible community that is slowly becoming gentrified and is being broken up and becoming less and less accessible. Ableism is a part of this game. And while we will all prevail over the ableism in the end, it is still something that shows up. So take care of yourselves. These are the things that I know will happen in this campaign. I don't know what else may come up throughout the course of play, but I wanted to give content warnings for what I am aware will occur. I also want to state that we are an all disabled table. However, nobody here will be disclosing their disabilities, and some characters may also not have their own disabilities disclosed. So please do not expect that. All right. With that said, are we all ready to go? We're going to describe this like a comic book. You flip the page, and the first panel shows a sprawling city. And this is Halcyon City. There's skyscrapers, there's streets, there's people walking their dogs, there are kids in the playground at school. And as the page flips, we see the next panel, and it focuses in on a certain subsect. And this subsect is the district of Hunter Heights. Hunter Heights is quite unique in the sense when it comes to Halcyon City, and it is known as a variety of things. An experiment, a anomaly to some. It is also known as the most accessible district in Halcyon City. Hunter Heights has been a district for several generations, but it wasn't until about 2 generations ago when the Hunter family, notably Alexander Hunter and his wife Stella Lumen, poured money into the community to make it accessible and to allow the community to truly take care of itself as a subsect of Halcyon City. And Hunter Heights is where our story begins. The next panel shifts to an apartment building and to 2 people walking inside. We see a person of medium height, medium build. They have brown hair that's straight but with bangs and wisps of hair in their face, walking alongside a woman with tall stature, red hair. And the person with brown hair goes, "All right, well, there are a couple things you need to know before you go and you start meeting Brimstone, okay? Main one is, I need to make sure you're not going to say anything about Brimstone's voice now, you hear?" And the woman goes, "Why, I would never, I need to make sure you aren't going to say anything. Now, I think of myself as a peaceful and polite person, but if you mess with Rory Ajax, I'm going to kick your ass so far out of this district, you're going to end up on the other side of Halcyon City, you hear me?" And as they say this, the person glows a bit. And the other person goes, "I would never say anything." "All right then, Miss, what was your name again?" "Tori." "Well then, Miss Tori, let's go on in." They open the door to an apartment. And what was seemingly an apartment is much larger on the inside. A sprawling mansion with staircases, wings, and the woman with red hair just looks around in awe as the other person leads them up a set of stairs, looks up, turns to the right, and suddenly they are in a different room. And in this room, there is another figure waiting. Sin, will you please introduce us to Rory?
Rory stands about 6'5", 6'6". Very thin person, like impossibly thin, should not be alive thin. When I was talking with Knox, compared Rory to Anton Ego, the critic from Ratatouille, if that helps. But they have short, perfectly coiffed hair. They have a black cane that they stand with, standing in a fine tailored suit, and looking above them at a giant clock that the minute and second hands are ticking away, but the hour hand remains still, no matter how much time passes. Thank
As
you, Eddie.
of course, Brimstone, I'm gonna be right over there looking at some of the things. This is Miss Tori. She comes with word about Oblivion. And Eddie just kind of nods and they walk away, kind of giving Tori a look like, I'm watching you. And they step to the side to let you two have a conversation in private. And this woman just walks forward. She has on a nice jacket, and she kind of fixes it up and takes a deep breath and holds out her hand and goes, "Hello, my name is Tori. I heard that you were looking for information about Oblivion."
Yes. Yes, you could say that. And they'll reach forward and offer their hand.
Tori will take it. This looks like a person who hasn't really done manual labor in a sense, but their hands are a bit cut up as if they were grabbing something with sharp, fine edges on a daily basis. Um, and she just smiles and goes, "Well, so Eddie, um, they informed me your of the necessity of knowing about Oblivion, and there's some word on the street about their next plans. It seems that Oblivion has a special interest in Five's Wand. And Rory, you would know what they mean by Five's Wand. Five is referring to a superhero in Hunter Heights known as Five of Wands. They're a member of the superhero team The Deck. And it's said that Five's wand has a habit of amplifying experiments and powers. And so um, she just looks at you and goes, "It seems that Oblivion is looking for a heist of sorts in order to procure Five's wand, and seems they are looking for people to join them in this endeavor."
Oblivion does not usually show interest in things they cannot have. In other words, I believe it will be necessary for me to call upon some aid in this matter. Please, if you'll sit with me and share the details. I have a couple of calls to make.
As Victoria goes to sit down, Eddie brings over a chair. There's a buzz of a notification on all three of your phones, on Eddie's, on Tori's, on um, and on your phone, not your communicator. And as you go to look at it, you see Eddie's face drop and the room darkens before coming back to light. As Eddie goes, "Why, I mean, I," and it's a notification from the Hunter Heights community app, posted by several people saying something's wrong at the center. And with that, we are going to turn the page and leave behind Rory, Eddie, and Tori looking puzzled at their phones to a coffee shop just a few blocks away. The streets of Hunter Heights are wider than most. The sidewalks can fit several people. You see people going by in wheelchairs, people skating by on skateboards, people walking their pets. We see planters along the sides of the sidewalks to separate from the cars, things like that. We see people walking by with headphones over, and we hear beeps to indicate when lights are changing, things like that. And as we approach this coffee shop, we go in the inside and we see a young woman sitting behind the counter on a stool, taking each other's orders. And she looks up and smiles at the next person and goes, "Oh, hi there, Vi. How are you doing?" And Julie, will you introduce your character?
Sure. Vi is about 19 years old and looks about her age. She is wearing a long sleeves that have the like thumb holes in the sleeve, so the sleeves are too long for her, but her like little dinosaur claws are peeking out at the end. She's wearing a a hoodie that the hood is down, but it very much looks like she's ready to like put it up if she needs to. She has short bob in a really dark black, so black that it looks carefully maintained, shall we say. Um, and is wearing a color of lipstick that is like, so the way that so the brief side thing, but the reason why I dyed my hair blue was because there was an article that was talking about how women who dye their hair bright colors do it to warn men that they are poisonous and venomous.
I love
and
that.
and there was a response to it by a scientist who was like, actually, that's, to keep predators away, so that is correct. And um so like her lipstick is like a very unnatural dark blue purple, um and it almost looks like, it looks a little otherworldly and distracting. But she smiles and she looks tired, and she says, "Hi, usual, thanks."
And you'll know that the barista behind the counter because this is the place you come to so often that you do have a usual order. She's about 2 years older than you. She does online classes at Heights University, but this is Aurelia, and she kind of does a couple of things. She mainly works here at the coffee shop, which is Goodwin's Grinds, and she works a couple of other places, but she just smiles at you and goes, "Right away. How's your day going?" As she, without even um, looking, she's putting in the order. You also see that as you talk, the words that you're saying pop up in front of her
Mm-hmm.
as if by magic. And she turns around and she signs your order to the other barista behind her and turns to you and goes, how have you been doing today?" As she hands you a receipt, waits for you to pay, things like that.
Oh, good. And I think if she sees that the barista behind the counter is watching, she'll also sign along. Um, and she's, it's fine. I had to do laundry. Laundry sucks. I ran out of clothes. It was rough. shirts are a problem. Anyway, um, you don't know how to get stains out. Never, it doesn't matter. But yeah, how are you? How are classes? How are you?
And she kind of laughs and goes, I'm sure there's a God, who would have a book on how to get rid of stains? Jordan always has something. Um, so when you go to the community center next time, just ask Jordan. I'm sure she'll have something about stains. But I'm good. Classes are all right. I have a 1:30 in about half an hour for my English course, but things are going really well. I'm almost done with my degree. And she goes, actually, I'm just about to get off the clock for that. But let's finish up your order and then I'll head right out. And
Okay.
yeah, she turns and your regular order is there. She throws in like an extra treat, and just
It's
hands
like
it
one
over
of
to
the
you.
little chocolate covered espresso beans that some places put on top of their coffees.
Yeah, she just hands you like a thing of like she puts some and then she goes and then she just goes, "There you go. This should keep you up for a while."
Thank you.
And she just laughs and smiles and she goes, "No problem. Have a good day." As she gets up, her stool just moves with magic away from her, and she uses her cane and gets to another table close to the windows, sets up her computer, puts her headphones on, and gets ready to go to class. And so, what do you do after you have your order?
Um, I think Violet like looks at the she looks at the board. Like in all coffee shops there's some kind of board, right, that has
Absolutely.
like all of the like local stuff, like come to the meeting of this club or that club or whatever, or book club. And I think Violet like looks at a few of them and even looks closely at probably a couple of them. Like I think if there's anything crafty she'd like lean in, and like maybe the book club she like takes special notice of, but she doesn't like take any of them. um and I think that after kind of like a minute or two, she sees that there are like people moving into the area to pick up their coffee, and is like, "Oh, I should." By then, and she isn't really saying it to anyone in particular because Aurelia has the earphones in, and so, but she's just like waving to the world and just kind of is like, "Okay, bye," and starts to leave.
You see, as you say bye, then the words again pop up in front of the barista who's taken Aurelia's spot, this person who was making your drink, and they just look up and they go, and they sign "See you tomorrow." And so, as you were looking, you saw there was, of course, book club meeting every Thursday night at the community center. You see there were a couple of crafting circles. A couple of elders wanted to teach like fiber arts, things like that. And so there were a couple of options. And of course, there were the see more on the app, look for on the app for meetings. And as you go to look at your phone, you get a notification from the community app. And as you look at your phone, we pan away again to the next panel. And we're going down again a street, not that far from the coffee shop, actually. And we focus on a building with a large yard around it full of scrap metal and different pieces and bits of technology. As we approach Gidget's Gadgetry and Heroics. And the panel cuts in at a woman at the front, um, and she's looking at everyone going, "Well, yes, I see you have an order for, yes, okay, I see you have an order for a new cane, um, another leg brace, okay, would you like a compression sleeve?" And the person she's talking to nods and she goes, "Okay, okay, is there anything else?" And the person goes, I could use a new, actually, um, I was thinking I could use a new set of crutches as well. For when it's more of a crutches day." And Gidget just nods and goes, Hazel's really good at that. Hazel, can you come here, please? And we're going to have Mary introduce her character.
Yeah, so Hazel is a very petite, just about 4'11", uh, blonde hair, very long blonde hair, super light, bright, and happy. She's probably wearing uh, jeans, whatever. Gidget's not super into having to wear uniforms, so she's got on a bright pink like tank top with a uh, denim jacket over the top and says, "Yeah, be there in a second." And I will kind of clumsily walk over there, not the most graceful, but uh, yeah, what do you need?
Gidget smiles and kind of just looks at the person and goes, "Oh, this is Hazel. Hazel is an absolutely amazing designer, maker, you name it, Hazel's got you." Um, so I'll let you two talk about what you need, and I'm gonna go take care of some things in the back. And Gidget smiles and just welcomes you over, and the person goes, um, so I have my cane, right? And Gidget said that she can update the cane no problem because I got this when I was younger and I've grown since. This is like a very awkward teenager who's like, I've grown since like I had a growth spurt this year. I did not think I was going to get much taller, but I got a lot taller and now I need a new cane. Um, and my doctor was saying that I should really get um a pair of crutches, like the arm crutches, um, because mm, there just been so many days where I'm not I'm not able to really use my cane as well for my mobility, and um, I have no idea what I need from those. Um, but I'd like them to be comfortable because like I get sensory things. Um, and I also don't have the best arm strength, so it could be really something that kind of can really help support me. I'm not sure if this is helping in any way.
No, everything you give me gives me information on what you need and how you can best be able to live your life. So, how about this? I know of a mechanism that can basically, when you step down, it'll kind of take off some of that weight. So you don't have to worry about using too much arm strength. So it can kind of bounce you forward in a way. It'll take a little bit getting used to. Also, what's your favorite color? Like, just because we use different things to help us get around doesn't mean they can't be stylish. I mean, I've got a bunch of different fabrics, things like that, that we can make it smooth so nothing is rubbing or making you uncomfortable when you're walking around and make them the envy of everyone else in town.
Okay. I hmm, favorite color. See, I like so many colors, so that's a thing. I like it's really weird. You know, like the color the sun gets when it sets, like it's like orange, but also kind of pink. Like I think that's my favorite color, and I know that's like super specific, but like some kind of orange or pink thing is the colors I kind of like.
For sure. I get on the computer next to me and I kind of use like the different uh I'm sure we have different like color
Mhm.
machine that and I do it to the best of my ability to try and match that perfect color that she described. Something like this.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly it. Oh man, it's gonna be great. Um, yeah. So my cousin said that she has a tab here, and she wrote like a note um to prove it. She's pretty busy today, but I was wondering if I can put it on my cousin's tab. Her name is Farah Goodwin.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll look up the information in this like large book. It's organized chaos back here, but I flip through knowing exactly where Gidget keeps everything to make sure she can find it as easily as possible to find that tab.
yeah, and The person looks at you and they go, "Yeah, so my name is Jack. My name's Jack. Farah said I could put it on her tab since she has, uh, I think actually you helped her with her new suit. You helped her with her latest suit, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
Yeah. So she said she's still paying that one off and to just ask if I can add my crutches and she's gonna take care of it for me.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah, is there anything else that you'd want in particular added to the crutches? Like, we could even make it so one could even shift into a cane if you really needed it.
Wait, you can do that?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be so helpful. I keep forgetting. I've forgotten my cane a couple of times because you know that like sometimes when you take 5 steps and you're like, "Oh, I got this," and then you realize your like knee goes, and then you don't have it.
Yeah. Like it's just one day you're up and then the next second you're down. I understand completely.
Yeah,
Uh
I could probably use a backup. I could use a crutch that turns into a cane. Yeah. Yeah, can I do that?
Absolutely. Whatever you need, that's why we're here.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. And as they're like writing out what they're looking for and things like that, you both get a notification on your phone from the app. And you hear Gidget go, "What the fuck?" in the back as her phone goes off. And the page turns and we shift to a panel with our next person. We go more towards the university side. The university is more on the border between Hunter Heights and the next subsect of Halcyon City. And as we go, we right before we get to the university, we get to the city records slash city planning slash if you need to know something about how this city works, this is the building. It's called City Hall, isn't it? That's the name of the building. That was
City
genuine.
Hall.
That was genuinely me forgetting what words are. We go to City Hall and we go through the front door. We see people running around and we go up a floor to a desk. And Skylar, will you please introduce your character?
Yeah. So I'm playing Zara. I envisioned them being like perfectly like 5'6", just completely unremarkable height. Kind of like a stern, structured face, long dark hair, and like a low ponytail. Very, buttoned up office gear, like white collared shirt, belt, slacks, uh just sort of probably engrossed in their work. They do have full leg braces, which I think are probably like loosened a bit so that they can sit down and do stuff. And a cane with them today. It's a cane day, but they're probably just sat at their desk doing their thing.
So as you're sitting there, you hear a bunch of whispers in the cubicles next to you, and somebody walks down the hallway, and it's your boss, Kieran. And they kind of clap their hands and wave to see if they can get everyone's attention. And a little notification pops up on everybody's computers that says, "Please look up." And Kieran's pretty much right in front of you because they're right in front of the elevator, and your cubicle is one of the closest to the elevator. And he kind of sits up again, straightens his jacket, and clears their throat because they're a bit anxious. Everyone, it seems that we are going to have an influx in business. It seems that Hunter Inc. will be relocating from their location in central Halcyon City to right here, back in Hunter Heights. And the office like erupts in whispers and like, "Oh my god, I can't believe this is happening. What are we gonna do? Okay, this is fine. Oh wow, I can't believe they're coming back." And you would know as somebody who's been in Halcyon's and Hunter Heights for a while, Hunter Inc. is the company that the Hunter family that created Hunter Heights owns. And they have a bunch of stuff. Nobody knows really what they focus on because they kind of focus on everything, whether it's technology, medicine, they even have like education. They have their hands kind of in everything, and they had moved from the Heights after the death of Alexander Hunter when the company went to his children. And now them coming back is a pretty big deal because they haven't really been in Halcyon for 30 years, essentially. And so
It's going to change a lot about the city.
Kieran's kind of like presses a button and the notification pops up again. A couple people like tap on their friends to like turn around to listen. And again, as Kieran's speaking, you see text appearing below them at their face and someone standing to the side and signing. And they go, I know this is a big deal. It's a very big deal. We're not sure why the Hunters are coming back, but they are a big part of our district's history and why we are the way we are. So I'm sure things will be fine and there's nothing to worry about. In the case that there is something to worry about, we need to be prepared though. So I need all the city blueprints to be looked over, see if there's any structural integrities. I need someone to find where the best location for the new Hunter Inc. building will go. And they start talking in general city planning lingo, because I'm going to pretend for a second that I do know anything about city planning. And they go, oh, also Benjamin Hunter will be arriving in 5 minutes. Okay, see you all later. As your boss just walks away quickly to go to their office after dropping that.
Very good. Oh boy. Sounds like my job's about to be a lot harder for a couple of years.
And everyone's talking. You can hear snippets of the conversation where it's like, but why? Okay, they left, but why are they coming back? And it's like someone else going, I mean, you haven't really heard much about. I know Benjamin Hunter's coming, but what about that other owner? Because there's still another owner. And you hear bits and pieces going, like, well, what's going to change? Are they going to help with expanding the community center? Things like that. And everyone's kind of also frantically getting their desks to look presentable.
Oh yeah, probably straightening up some documents on my own. I'm like, hey, warn me when he's here because I gotta get stood up, you know?
People are like looking at each other like, okay, let's make sure everything's presentable. A couple of your coworkers are just using magic to like make things look presentable. Somebody casts like an illusion that makes the office smell like fresh baked cookies, even though you're in the middle of City Hall. So why would it smell like fresh baked cookies? Somebody actually summons a thing of fresh baked cookies. Like everyone is generally freaking out about getting the office together. And it's been 5 minutes, and everyone's just staring at the elevator. One of your coworkers comes next to you, and they go, "If you need my help, do you need my help? Do you want to wait until the elevator starts opening, or are you good?"
I'm good. Thanks for asking. I'll probably get stood up now.
Okay.
Man, this is gonna cause a lot of problems. There's gonna be a crap load of through traffic. Oh,
It's a pretty big. And then as they're talking, someone goes, "The limo's outside. The limo's outside," and people are like, "Oh my god, oh my god." And you're all standing there, and the elevator doors open, and in walks a man in an impeccable, very expensive suit with a fedora, because why not? And a well-groomed like beard. And he walks in, looks at everyone. And Kieran, your boss, walks out immediately, goes, Mr. Hunter, thank you so much for coming today. This is the rest of the City Hall's impeccable city planning city planners. We are very, very gracious to have you join us today. And this man gives the most bored, blank look. And he looks over behind you, and there's one person who's still sitting.
Ooh, who is it?
It is Peter Colbert. He's another city planner. He had dropped something, sat down to pick it up right when Mr. Hunter came, and he's just frozen in like awe and fear. Like someone's decided, like, get up. And Mr. Hunter's just staring dead at this man.
It's a weird vibe that's being created here. Probably take a couple shuffles over to Peter with my cane and be like, okay, come here, buddy.
Peter's just like looking in fear and like not looking at you. Is like, thank you. I couldn't move. I'm so scared right now. And gets up.
Yeah, he's got a pretty threatening hat. Let's see. I would probably know not to be talking right now. Generally, when a big fancy guy visits your office, you don't talk. So, I think Zara is kind of trying to look polite, but isn't like super interested in talking to the rich guy. Other than asking a bunch of questions about why he would, move ostensibly like tech headquarters to a very residential neighborhood.
So would you ask him? Because he's right in front of you.
He's right there. Yeah, actually, let's I'll walk over and be like, hi, Mr. Heights, Zara Almuda here. Nice to meet you. I'm one of the city planners here.
He looks
Handshake.
at you. What's your we're gonna look at labels for a second. What?
Yeah.
What? What would your
My highest is in mundane by far.
Okay, that was what I was about to ask. What would your mundane be? So +2?
Yeah, I got 3 in there.
+3. Okay. He kind of looks at you and just smiles a bit. And takes your hand. It's nice to meet you. Yes, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for introducing yourself. My name is Benjamin Hunter. I am the CEO and co, kind of like on the co-owner of Hunter Incorporated. Lovely department you have here. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there'll be a lot to go over, but I guess I wanted to kind of discuss your goals moving the Hunter Inc. offices here. I mean, as you know, it's a pretty residential neighborhood. I assumed you picked it because a lot of your employees are going to want to live close, but there's going to have to be some considerations in terms of existing infrastructure and how we can best make your building easy to navigate to and around and inside. So, you want to, you want to tell me what you're envisioning for the offices?
Can you roll and assess the situation or pierce the mask?
Yeah, absolutely.
Pick which one you think would work best for this.
Probably assess the situation. Let's see. Sorry, could you remind me what I add when I roll that?
Okay. For pierce the mask, you roll plus mundane. For assess the situation, it's plus superior.
Maybe pierce the mask then.
Okay. Roll plus mundane.
Let's see. Ooh, okay. So that would be 10 total.
All right. With a 10 total, you get to ask 3 questions. What are you really either what are you really planning? What do you want
Mm,
me to do? What do you intend to do? How could I get your character to blank? Or how can I gain an influence over you?
ooh, let's start off with what do you really intend to do? Or what do you really plan to do?
He kind of smiles at you. He goes, "You're quite direct. I like that." Um, as you know, my father talked to Halcyon City Central's legislature a while ago, several decades ago, about Hunter Heights in terms of an experiment of sorts to see how leaving this one community, this district to themselves and putting a bunch of money into resources that weren't traditionally offered in the rest of the city would impact the community, the finances, and the opportunities in said community. And Halcyon City Central has asked me to come and evaluate. So it's much
Mm,
easier to do my job if I just locate Hunter Inc. here.
Um, hmm, let's see. And what do you want me to do?
He smiles again and goes, "Since you are so direct and one of the few here who has taken initiative with my arrival instead of just staring at me with a blank look on their face and they look at Peter behind you. I'm going
It's you can't. They all got social anxiety. It's you know how city planners are.
he
Can't take it
laughs.
personal.
He laughs. He goes, "I don't take much personal. Don't worry about it. But I do want to make sure that whoever is in charge of adapting the city or adapting buildings for what I need is someone who is direct and someone who can take initiative. So," and he turns briefly to Kieran, "I would like them in charge of any projects necessary and asked for by Hunter Inc. And
Great.
I will pay your salary myself. You'll be rewarded generously."
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir. Yeah. No, I mean I think that the city probably works out commission with you, so that's totally cool. Yeah, shouldn't be any conflicts of interest there. Let's see. Um, and then I get one more, correct?
You do get one more.
Okay. Let's see. Hmm. Let's ask. Guess probably. So I already asked what he's really planning and what he
Mhm.
wants me to do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I guess probably I'd ask what he intends to do as like a first step in terms of development. Oh, Bobbin. Okay, come here, Bubba.
He looks at you and goes, "I need a space for Hunter Incorporated to set up shop while we wait for a building to be um, up to code and up to our standards for our central offices. So if you could find me the best location for our, I just looked at your cat, they're so cute, um, for our purposes, that would be the first step as I take a look around the city and get a feel for it. I haven't been here since I was a teenager."
Yeah, absolutely. I can just, shoot me an email with what you're looking for in terms of size, capacity, any accommodations that your employees need. And I can find you some temporary office space pretty easily. I think we've got a couple, open for rental facilities that pretty convenient to this part of the neighborhood.
Perfect. And he takes out a business card out of a inside pocket, hands it to you, and goes, "If you would do me the favor of emailing me first so that I have your information, that would be much appreciated."
Of course, Mr. Hunter, I'll get that done as soon as you head out.
Thank you. It was lovely meeting you. And he offers his hand to shake again.
Oh, yeah. Shake it. Lovely meeting you too, sir.
And he turns around without really acknowledging anybody else and just walks out the door and goes down the elevator. And it's like the entire building doesn't take a breath until the limo drives off. To which everyone else is like, "Oh my god, that just happened. Oh my god, that just happened." And Kieran looks over at you and goes, "Okay." Nice work. Nice work.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to, overstep. It just you seemed a little nervous.
I am so terrified of that man. So
Yeah, he's got
terrified.
a strange hat and beard combination, but you can't hold it against him.
Yeah.
Rich people don't have a lot of connection to contemporary fashions.
It's so much money, and they dress like an extra from a 20s movie, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Good job, really, Sarah. Good job.
Yeah, thanks, boss.
And as Kieran
Anytime.
turns to walk away, everyone's phones go off with a notification. And the panel moves, and we go over the university, and we focus on the library. We enter the doors. There are so many shelves with books and people just magicking books off of shelves to come down to people. You have a giant desk at the beginning where people are coming up and going, "Hi, here's the books," checking things out. You have students drinking Starbucks in the corner where it's like a coffee and food allowed here section, things like that. And we spread to somebody who is currently shelving books that have just been returned. Elle, will you please describe Sasha?
Sasha has about they are about 5'8", pretty athletic build, broader shoulders, and they have dark red hair that's sort of in a very messy bob, and very pale green eyes, freckles everywhere. And they're currently putting things on shelves with one hand. They have a cane in the other, and they are humming a show tune under their breath, doing their best not to disturb the other people in the library.
You see pretty much everyone else in the library, unless they're like working on a group project, has headphones on, and they're really good noise canceling headphones that you can check out from the front desk. And as you're shelving things, somebody limps up to you. They're not using any mobility aids, but they limp up to you. And they go, "Excuse me, I have a question."
I possibly have an answer. Hopefully for us both, right?
And they laugh. "I'm new to the area, and I'm here to audit, in a way, I suppose, the city, but especially the university and their resources. And I was wondering if you could provide me with the statistics on the use of your university's library and the amount of finances behind it."
I have a spreadsheet about that.
You were the perfect person to find.
Okay, Just let me finish shelving these books, because I have to shelve these books, because if I don't shelve these books, they won't be able to be checked out by other people, and that would be a very bad use of library resources, because then there would be no library resources to be used. And as you'll see from our statistics in my spreadsheet, those library resources are being used quite often
They just
by,
laugh.
by
just-
a very large demographic of people. It's very fascinating, actually.
They just laugh and go, I'll go sit at that table over there. If you can get back to me when you can, I have all day.
Fantastic. I'll be right over.
And they go and they sit down.
Sasha finishes shelving, grabs their laptop from behind the desk, and will pull up the spreadsheet, because Sasha has a spreadsheet for everything. Pulls up the spreadsheet with the statistics about library usage that they like to update. Breakdown of different demographics, what demographics use what services are used the most, what services are used the most on which days. It's big old columns. Everything is sorted. Everything is color-coded.
That is absolutely amazing. I love that so much. I would love a spreadsheet of library statistics. So, as you come over, this person, they have their hair in like a slicked back ponytail. They're wearing a blue polo. They have like light blue glasses, and they're holding a pen and looking in a notebook. They have their legs crossed and they're just writing things in a notebook. They have a calculator next to them, and they keep brushing back the very few strands of curls that keep falling in their face. And they see you and they look up. You go, oh, perfect, you're here.
Hi! I have the spreadsheet already. We can go over it. I've color-coded everything for convenience sake. There are very thorough breakdowns. I'm sure it will be very helpful. What exactly are you doing this for?
Oh, and they kind of laugh. They go, I probably should have introduced myself first. My name is Maristela Reyes. I'm here with Hunter Incorporated. I'm here to do an audit on the resources that are being used in Hunter Heights and the funds allocated towards those resources.
Oh, all right. You're one of the bigwigs then.
You can say I'm pretty high up in the company.
Well, consider my day blessed by your presence.
They laugh and they go, and what's your name?
I'm Sasha Morgan.
Nice to meet you, Sasha. So, could you tell me what is used the most here in the library?
Absolutely. And I don't want to make this up if you already have.
I don't.
All right. I would say what's used the most is our noise-canceling headphones. You know, nobody wants to go to a library and have 10 other conversations happening all at once. And
Fair.
I'm a little bit notorious for humming, so I think I might be driving those statistics up just a tad.
They laugh and they're like, that's fair. I don't go anywhere without my headphones. Of course, mine are Hunter Inc. technology. But, all right. And what would you say is used the least?
Oh, well, everything is used by someone. You know, everything is important to somebody, and without those resources, those people don't get to use the library at all. Like our closed captioning devices, we have several different varieties. Some people prefer the glasses, some people prefer little handhelds. It's really based on your preference. I prefer the handhelds, not the glasses, because the glasses can be a little finicky. But I would say those are used the least, purely because there aren't many people viewing videos in the library that don't already have their own closed caption devices. But that is not to say that they are not used at all or that they should be taken away, because people who do not have those devices already and are wanting to view videos that don't have closed captions need those to be able to understand them. So it's not simply what's used the most, what's used the least. It's all about understanding that everything is used, period. And that if something were to get taken away, a large group of people wouldn't be able to have access to the resources that they need at all.
They kind of look at their notebook and look up at you again and go, That's a fair assessment. Okay. So you said that you prefer the handhelds because the glasses are finicky. If the glasses were less finicky, do you think more people would use the glasses instead of the handhelds?
Absolutely, I think it would be a lot more convenient. We just like to have multiple options for people. Glasses are a little bit, I don't want to say outdated. I love everything here, and it is all fantastic. Our resources are the best around, but they might not be the least glitchy technology that we have. One might say they're the most glitchy technology that we have, but that would be silly to track. Who would track that?
They laugh and they go, I have a feeling somebody has already tracked that. It's okay. I like that kind of information. So, all right. How about, because I'm not here in the interest of removing resources, I just need to know the statistics in order to write up the report because the city is asking for it. But how about you tell me what you think is, well, we won't say outdated or glitchy, um, has room for growth. How about you write me a list of that so I can take it back to Hunter Inc. and let me see what magic I can work on getting some more fine-tuned versions of those for you.
Thank you so much. I'll draft up a list and the specific problems that I have with each thing that could be improved, and I'll get those sent over to you. Do you have an email or a number that I could send those to?
They smile and they go, I'll give you my card. And they start packing up their stuff as they look at their watch and go, I have to run out. It was nice meeting you, Sasha. I hope to see you again soon. They put their backpack over and they hand you a business card and smile and walk away.
It was nice meeting you too. I hope your fancy business goes well.
They laugh and they just wave and walk away. And as you look at the card, it says Maristela Reyes Hunter, co-owner and CFO of Hunter Incorporated.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh boy.
And so another student comes by and goes, "Hey, Sasha, I'm having trouble with the glasses again. Can I borrow a handheld?" And you do various work here at the library, and then all of a sudden, all of the phones go off. And not only does your phone go off, a communicator goes off for you too.
Sasha immediately goes into a private room, probably a bathroom, and immediately checks the communicator.
And it's just a very simple message. Something's wrong about the center. Nobody knows where the deck is. Thought you should know in case you want to check it out. -G.
Okay. Sasha immediately clocks out and is going to I think that they carry their hero costume with them, so they're immediately going to find some place to change. And as they do, they are going to contact everyone that they fought Puzzle Master with a very quick, no one can find the deck, suit up, ? Need assistance, meet at community center.
And as you all open your phones, you see that the notification on the community app was something's wrong at the center. Nobody's there. 3 was supposed to open today, but it's been closed all day. Nobody knows where 3 or anybody else is. And this is a big deal because the center, as you all know, is the heart of Hunter Heights. It's where communal resources are stored. It's where there's a community kitchen. It's where people just go to hang out, get shelter from a specifically hot day like today. There's game nights, things like that. People go to hang out. Some people just leave their stuff overnight at the center so they don't have to take it home with them and then go back to school, things like that. And the center is literally open from 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. every day. So the fact was that it's the deck's night to run the center. If 3 didn't open it this morning, somebody else from the deck should have shown up by now. At this point, it's we'll say now it's 1:30 in the afternoon. Somebody should have shown up by now. And the deck is very good as a team about making sure that they're at the center on time. So the notifications everyone was getting were very concerned because this doesn't happen here. And so you see that the notification was posted by Milo Jenkins, the owner of Milo's Gym, who said that some kids had run in. He had run into some kids who had told him like they were worried because they couldn't get their homework and things from the center. He said he would wait around all day for when the center would open and go take it to them. The deck never showed. The next comment is from Jordan Guerrero, who runs the center and almost everything else in Hunter Heights. And she goes, I'll be by to open the center in a bit. Someone needs to go find the deck, though. Maybe that new group that keeps showing up. Like, does anybody have a name for them yet? And
Can I comment on that? I want to comment on that.
You can comment on that.
I reuse the react button, and I do like the scream cat. The like.
So Vi sends the scream cat if anybody else wants to react to it.
I think it would be very Rory to just send a thumbs up.
Rory sends a thumbs up and everyone's just kind of like, yeah, that's Rory, so nobody really is surprised by it at this point. Gidget looks at you, Hazel, and goes, you have something to do right now, don't you? You have that thing to work on that project. You should go work on that project now.
Okay. And I just like run into like 3 boxes on my way out and
Go carefully, Hazel.
Try and get my suit on as quickly as possible.
I would
And my
also
notebook. I bring my notebook.
I would also say that Rory would respond to Sasha's message of, I may have a lead on that. Yes, we should suit up.
As Rory says that, you look over at Eddie, and Eddie is just kind of terrified. And Eddie is starting to flicker in and out a bit. The room is getting darker. It's gradual, so it's not like a flash or anything, but it's gradually getting dimmer and brighter and dimmer and brighter as Eddie goes, you know, I think, Miss Tori, I think that due to the center being out of commission for a bit, I think it would be best if we resume this meeting at another time. I do have your contact information, so if there's anything else you need to tell Brimstone, Rory, you know who they are. If there's anything else you need to tell Brimstone, you can tell him another day because we gotta go. Okay, that's fine, sugar. Let's go. And kind of pushes Tori, who's like, I will talk to you another day. They kind of push Tori out, turn to you, and go, I'm gonna go help with the community center because something's wrong if the deck's not there, okay? And I know you can tell me that I can't because you are technically my boss, but I don't think you're gonna mess with me today. Are you gonna, Brimstone?
I think that you should do what your heart tells you.
Okay, I'm gonna go help Jordan. Please find the deck. And you would also know that the reason Eddie is freaking out so much as they essentially disappear in a flash of light to go to the community center is because Eddie was once a member of the deck. And as the former hero known as the Sun, Eddie still stays in touch regularly with the current members and the former members.
I would like to send a text when I am able to. I would like which of the deck, whose number do I have? There was a time where it was like we did the we should totally hang out thing, and just like there's maybe like 6 messages in that thread. Maybe someone was like, "Oh, you're the young one. This is like the young member of the deck. You two should be like friends or whatever because you're young."
Roll me a d6. So I'll tell you which one.
D6 for friendship.
2.
Oh, of course you got this one. You have Judgment's number.
I have Judgment's number.
Why does that?
Great.
It's even
So-
funnier when you know who Judgment is.
I know what
Whatever-
the Arcana is. That's enough.
Violet texts, she opens the text thread. The last message in there was like maybe 6 months ago when Judgment was like, "Hey, did you go to that thing that I asked you to do?" And Violet was just like, "No." And there was no more texts after that. And I think she just texts, "Yo, you sleeping in today? Weird." And like she has enough self-awareness that she knows something is wrong but cannot resist, and so she sends that text and waits to see if she gets a response. She better not get a response is all I gotta say.
So, odds or evens?
Odds.
And that's for getting a response or not getting a response?
I think it's funnier if she gets a response. Yes, getting a response.
You got a response.
Great.
The Fool disappeared. Five's wand is missing. We got our asses kicked. You would know that the Fool is Judgment's cat.
Violet is actually invested in this.
They do text quickly. I can sense the Fool. I know they're okay. They're purring. They're loving this. But the Fool disappeared in a shower of rainbow light with Five's while chasing the person who took Five's wand. Damn it, Oblivion.
That is like the longest text that Violet has ever received from this person. I think immediately, like Violet was ready to like mock this person so hard, but like the cat is missing, and that is upsetting. So Violet goes to, do we have a group chat? I assume we have a group chat,
I
right?
feel like Elle, tell me if I'm wrong. I feel like Sasha set up a group chat.
Sasha definitely set up a group chat.
I think you just get a text from Vi that's like, "Great news, I know everything," and then she waits.
Sasha immediately responds like halfway into their costume. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, exclamation point. Eyes emoji.
I think I do the fast version, which is Fool missing, deck choked hard, and then it's like the crying cat emoji.
Immediately Sasha sends back the cat.
And I think Violet says in capital letters, because she does need to respond to that message, "Don't worry, he's okay, ... apparently." And then that's the message. And then it's crying cat emoji again.
Happy cat emoji.
I do want to say this is probably the first message that Rory has sent to the group text. What about 5?
Oh yeah, the wand is missing too. That's yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's
think-
like
Sorry, go ahead.
Brimstone is typing, but then no
Dot,
message
dot,
is sent.
Probably this exact moment, Sarah gets out of their lunch and sends "on my way" like the automatic iPhone message. Um, That
Hazel
popped
just
into their
writes,
boss's
"Me and
office.
Dinky are coming."
So you're all texting in the group chat.
This
and
is
you-
what this entire series is gonna be like. I hope you know this.
It's beautiful.
It's the modern era, baby.
It's amazing. That is what happens with the modern era superheroes. Um, you see, you would all know that the Fool is okay. Like if Judgment tells you the Fool is okay, because Judgment has a psychic link with the Fool, so the Fool would accidentally get teleported away in a rainbow. But also, who would teleport the Fool away in a rainbow? Especially because Vi would think this is weird. They said that damn it Oblivion, which kind of implies Oblivion was the one.
responsible. Yeah.
The Oblivion doesn't have anything to do with rainbows. And with that, as our team assembles, we are going to go on a very quick break. 10 minutes or 15 minutes, almighty producer. Listening to the void. Void, dance with me. As we wait. 10-minute break. Okay. So we'll see y'all back at 35 past the hour. Drink liquids. Take meds. Be happy. See you soon. Bye. Hello, everybody. We are back from our break. I hope you're hydrated. I hope you took your meds if you had to. I said to take your meds and then I almost forgot to take my meds. People were here to witness that. It's okay. Take care of yourselves. When we last left off, the team was assembling. They were getting their suits on. Vi had texted Judgment of the superhero team, the Deck, only to find out that Oblivion had just kicked the Deck's ass and also ran off with Five's wand and also potentially accidentally Judgment's cat, the Fool. So, we're going to say that you all met. Somebody here said meet at the center, right?
Sasha said that, yes.
So we're going to say that you're all meeting at the center. As you meet at the center, Rory, you see the sun, or you see Eddie, who used to be the sun, kind of freaking out a little bit, but opening the center, trying to calm down. The lights are flickering, like fading in and fading out as Eddie tries doing some deep breaths.
Send a quick text. It will be all right.
Eddie kind of just looks down at their phone and goes, and you see their breathing even out a bit. And you see the lights start to steady as they just text back, thank you. All right. So, we don't know exactly. Nobody found out where the Deck was. So, how would you like to proceed with finding the Deck, the wand, or the cat?
Where are you? Question mark. Cat face.
All right, we're gonna roll again to see if you get a response. We're gonna go odds again for a response. You don't get a response this time.
No. That wasn't helpful.
Is there anything physically at the center? Any sort of clues or anything?
Roll me and assess the situation.
I'm gonna Scooby-Doo this shit. Alright. I'm looking at the assess the situation. Okay. And let's see. This is not a first encounter. So this is before a fight. Yes, this is not a fight. This is not during a fight.
I'll give it to you.
Okay, fantastic. I get to ask one additional question even on a miss. But I believe in myself, and I believe that I won't miss. Okay, 8. So that's not too bad.
So on an 8, you get to ask one, but because of your move, you get to ask 2.
Yes. Let's see. So, number 1, the most important thing. What here can I use to find the Deck?
Okay. You find a cell phone with a shared location.
Fantastic. Quick second question, just for the heck of it, you know. What here is the biggest threat?
In the room with you?
Just, around. What's going on? What's the biggest threat? What's going to be the thing that might kill me the most?
So you're saying in general, like, with the situation you're in?
Yeah, like, in regards to the situation.
Whatever kicked the Deck's ass.
Yep. I figured, but I wanted to make sure there wasn't a bigger fish that we know of.
In the room, the biggest threat is Jordan. So, I will say that.
Okay.
All right.
There's a moment where Sasha's picking up the phone, full Hecate garb, so mask, hood up, got like the little bomber jacket with the fur, the gloves with the claws, picks up the phone very carefully, looks up, looks right at Jordan, and there's just this moment where they are completely still and they're watching Jordan, and there's just a little bit of fire that flicks across their fingers, and it's gone as quickly as it appears.
Jordan just looks at the fire and goes, Hecate, we don't do flames inside the community center, okay?
Yep. Found a phone. Phone is here. Phone has shared location, so we should go there. Pew pew pew.
Jordan just kind of gives you a look like, oh, okay.
I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave now. I'm leaving forever. Goodbye. I will never see you again. And Hecate speed walks away.
Jordan is unavoidable in this city. Which is the even funnier part is she has a reputation for being one of the nicest people and the person you go to when a problem is in need of fixing. And you just went out never coming back to the center of the city. So I'm gonna try to say really quick, she's gonna try to shift your influence, shift your labels a bit after that. Specifically after that. I think she's gonna up your mundane one and lower your danger one.
No, not my danger. It's already low.
It's fine. We've got danger covered between Tox and Rory.
I feel like as Sasha is going out is when finally Hazel's able to get there as soon as she can. And she comes in when beside her is this large gray pit bull named Dinky. In his little super suit that kind of matches hers. She's got like these, they're almost, the armor plates look like butterfly wings as like kind of all over that kind of shift in the light. And she says, okay, I came as soon as they could. What did I miss?
Found a phone. Phone has location. I'm never talking to Jordan again. Ugh.
Let's go to the place with the thing. Violet is so over this. This is drama.
How far?
Where is the place?
Where
Okay.
is the place?
I will say it's about 5 blocks away.
Is it their home, or did they just go home?
They wish. No, it's almost right on top of the high school. It's next to one of the apartment buildings on top, next to the high school.
Okay,
And-
weird.
Okay.
On getting that information, Rory is going to basically coil their left foot like a spring and jump in that direction.
Roll me and unleash your powers.
Okay. At a plus freak.
That is a plus freak.
Okay. Where is my plus? 9.
So on a 7 to 9, you can either mark a condition or I can tell you how the effect is unstable. Or temporary.
I think the fact that Rory is going after Oblivion. What is angry a -2?
Directly, or to comfort or support or pierce the mask.
Yeah, angry.
All right, mark angry. So, Rory, you take off. And I will say that you know this. This is very close to where Oblivion lives.
100%, then we're going full tilt.
Do you
And
leave without the rest of the team?
I do actually, and because of that, I have to mark the Doom track.
First Doom track mark of the game.
Because I am facing danger alone.
Rory.
I think Violet just looks after him as the after. So hang on, I have a question. So do you say anything before you go? Do they say anything, or do you pop out, or do you fly out? How do you exit the room?
It's literally like their left foot turns into a giant spring and goes.
So I think Violet just looks after them and goes, "Well, that's annoying."
So how are the rest of you getting?
As soon as Rory started springing, Sasha, Hecate summoned whole bunch of air, is going to airlift themselves, sort of storm-like.
Are you just airlifting yourself or the rest of the team?
I will airlift the rest of the team as well. I'm not going to leave behind my buddies.
Roll me and unleash your powers.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
While you're rolling that, I forgot that Brimstone's costume is basically like Dark Superman without the cape. Like, face not covered, does not care that anyone knows who they are, and their form is a lot larger.
Okay, that's going to be a 10.
All right, on a 10, you are good to go. You do the thing the way
Fantastic.
you wanted to.
I do the thing the way I wanted to. All of us are airlifted.
Describe how you do it.
So, as soon as like Rory's foot turns into the spring, Sasha's like, "Oh, yeah, they're about to run off," and so Hecate starts gathering the air currents, letting them move around their fingers, being patient, moving with them. And as soon as Rory goes up, the air currents go up too, sort of like a conductor conducting music. Hecate is directing these air currents.
All right. As you direct these air currents, you're trying to keep up with Rory. But I'm gonna say Rory's just a little bit faster. You're following along to. You're following along to where the location is, and you get to the rooftop. And Rory, you just hear from inside one of the rooms soft singing in a familiar voice.
Is Rory within eye shot of Sasha?
Sin, odds are even for not being in eye shot.
Even.
Rory's not in eye shot.
Dang it.
Is it the voice that I think it is?
It is the voice you think it is.
So, being that I'm angry, and to clear that condition is to break something, I think it makes sense to go in the direction of the voice in a reckless manner.
Go on ahead. The voice is underneath you.
Then Rory is going to take their fist, and it grows gigantic, and it smashes into the roof.
Roll me unleashing your powers.
I
I will say that this is taking long enough that the rest of the team is going to at least be able to see you.
Because I'm speed running the Doom track, I am going to use the Bull ability, which allows me to use plus danger instead of plus freak for this particular power, since I am demolishing an obstacle.
Go ahead.
And that is a 12.
So you just, your fist grows and you obliterate the roof of this building, and you fall down, you land, and you see in the corner, not even flinching, is Oblivion.
Out of
Looking
curiosity, does that
tired.
clear my anger?
That clears your anger. Your
You know how sometimes you just squeeze a stress ball and it bursts and you're like, I feel better.
you did that to a building. You
It's like that, but on a larger scale. They did the big version.
after smashing it, feeling yourself fall, you kind of sit up and your head feels a little clearer. And you see Oblivion in the corner with Five's wand and a string attached to Five's wand, this very powerful magical item, playing with a cat. And singing a lullaby to this cat.
Aww.
I am having a brain fart moment. What did we decide on as Oblivion's name?
Their name, like they're not they're like their
Yes.
everyday. River Sito.
Okay. River, what are you doing?
I'm playing with the cat. Do you want to turn?
Just stepping over very calmly now. Where's the wand?
They just move their fingers, and the toy they're playing with the cat with is essentially they tied a piece of yarn to the end of the wand, and they're using the wand as the stick for the toy they're playing with the cat with.
Yes, I would love a turn.
Okay, dear. And they move their hand with the wand, and another stick with a yarn appears made out of water, and they just toss it to you. Go ahead, sweetie. And you're holding a water version, but not the actual wand. It wasn't gonna be that easy.
Oh no.
Can we see this at this point? We've like arrived and we're like
At this
there.
point, you were you are in like just touching down inside of this broken building.
But yeah, I think Railspike, which is Sada's superhero name, lands kind of like a gymnast in a T-pose. I'm gonna describe their outfit really quick if that's cool. So Zada has, as we established, like some limited mobility in their legs, specifically in their knees. So as a superhero, they've basically built full leg brace power armor. So they have some like very intense Gundam looking leg power armor, and then sort of a like mini like hooded tunic thing. I envision it being like purple with like a big dramatic hood and like big bell sleeves. And then they've got a featureless mask. So I think it really is just like kind of a smooth, like mirrored overall over their face, which makes it like probably a little hard to talk to them. But like, you know, they can hear and see. It's fine. So they land like a gymnast, T-pose, and they're like, I think I believe we talked about no collateral damage, guys. Especially not just for funsies. Like maybe we don't need to like smash roofs all the time.
It seems like they're having a moment. I don't know if we want to interrupt.
I
I
really
just did.
want to interrupt. I think Violet just says that and starts walking forward and is like, this has been lovely, but instead of this, how about instead we return the fool to their cat condo and you give us the wand and then I go finish my coffee.
Violet, can you roll take a powerful blow, please?
Great, love to hear it. That seems fun. Okay, well. Oh no, I dropped it. It's gone forever. Okay. Sorry, I have to re-roll that because it just flew off my table. Alright. It's worse this time for sure. So that is a solid 6.
That's good. On take a powerful blow, you want to row below a 7.
Oh, that's great. Then
So-
go team me.
So you still mark a potential.
Sure.
As Oblivion just looks at you, their eyes glaze over black, and a giant octopus arm just appears and swings at you.
Can I narratively use my powers to like for this not to suck for me?
Sure.
I think it's just like the simplest thing of just like Violet's hand rotates and you just see like spikes come out. And it just makes it really tough to do anything meaningful unless you want to skewer yourself.
All right. And River looks at you. The fool can go home if they want. That was an accident. The wand I'm going to keep, though. Rory understands. Don't you, dear?
I understand that this is between us.
They're the ones who got involved.
Yeah, we're not letting you fight alone. I understand you're doing the whole dark and brooding thing, but that really doesn't work for the rest of us. You're on a team now. Deal with it.
Oh, Rory doesn't do teams. Don't you know that, sweetie?
Oh, that's really patronizing. That's really weird. Don't do that again.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be patronizing. I'm used to pet names.
Yes,
but
you
that's,
did.
That's
Don't lie
fair.
about it. You absolutely meant to be patronizing. Anyway, I'll have you know that Rory answered our group text today, which was a big step. Okay, they're making strides. All right. There was like a whole thumbs up emoji and everything. So, and I think that Violet wants to. I want to be clear that my priority is to save the cat, but I think Violet recognizes that there are other things that have to happen here because Violet would just leave with the cat. I'm being honest. So, I want to see if I can. I want to see if I can put Violet in a more advantageous position for someone else to be able to conceivably grab the wand. Put Oblivion in an advantageous position for somebody to be able to grab the wand, which I can't remember what that's called in this system.
I believe you would.
Does that directly engage a threat?
Yes. If you directly engage a threat and you get at least a 7, you can create an opportunity for your allies.
Okay. Okay, so roll plus danger. I'm good at danger. Danger is my middle name. Ha ha ha. It's not. Okay. So I had a 7 plus 2, so that's a 9.
All right. So is that the one you want to pick? Create an opportunity?
Yes, I want to create an opportunity.
So describe what you do.
I think like Violet moves her other arm. The spikes have retracted at this point, and I think she moves her other arm and gets sort of between the Fool and Oblivion, even though Oblivion, and I think truthfully, has said that this was an accident. I don't want the cat to be harmed in any way. So I'm trying to push Oblivion back away from the cat and or my friends. So I'm trying to, I think, where is Hazel?
That's what I was gonna go. So I was thinking Hazel works in gadgets. So I think her suit, and I haven't talked about it much, but it can kind of reflect what's around her. So I think she's gonna be stealthing in, like sneaking to try and take the wand.
Yeah.
Like she is
I want
using you guys as the massive distraction to be the annoying little shit that grabs the wand and runs.
this to be a layup for Hazel. That's what I want.
All right. So as you do that, you go with the spikes, you go in between the Fool and Oblivion, and as you do, time slows down, and you hear and feel a cat just swimming through the air up in front of you like this. And only you can hear this cat go, "Hi, Violet."
Hi?
You look
Is
like
this Has this happened before? Is this like a thing that happens?
would you say you fought with alongside Judgment in the Fool?
Probably like once. Was the Fool there? Is the Fool usually there when Judgment fights?
It's like a 50-50 when if the Fool's there or not. So I'll say yeah. I'll say you know what's going on.
I think it's still startling, even if Violet knows what's going on. Yes.
The
Hi.
Fool can slow down time in between short rests. The Fool can talk telepathically to somebody, but they have to be looking in their eyes, and they can only talk to one person at a time. And the Fool has the ability to know what you need the most in the moment and help you emotionally. So, the
Oh
Fool.
no, I want this cat.
The Fool. This is just what we know. When the spell was put to link Judgment in the Fool, the star accidentally unlocked the magical potential inside of the Fool because all animals have innate magical ability inside of them.
Perfect.
And so
It's
there are
perfect.
truly no known limits to the Fool's magical capabilities. These are just the capabilities that they have used so far. And truly at this point, it is a little concerning, and people do wonder if the Fool could become a god and just chooses not to. So, the Fool is going to look at you and go, you know what? I think you need a little bit more hope in yourself, in your situations. I think that you are a lot more than your past. And I think you should know that about yourself, Violet. I'm proud of you. And as the Fool says that they're proud of you, you now have +2 ongoing to unleash your powers until you mark a condition.
Okay. Thanks.
And they just smile at you, go, you're gonna do great, and start to swim away. And the link is broken as they go to Hazel. And time resumes for you, but slows down now for Hazel as the Fool swims in front of you and goes, "Hi! Hi, Hazel.
Hi, cat.
You know my name. It's yours."
I'm Hazel. The Fool.
That can work for, simplicity's sake. But yeah, hi Hazel. You know, you're a lot more of a hero than you think you are. And you don't really need other people to tell you this, even though I'm sure it'd be nice for you to hear it sometimes. Be a little bit more sure of yourself, Hazel. You're doing great things, and you're going to continue to grow into a hero that nobody else fully understands just how important they are. And you are going to take +2 and stand in defense or reject what others say about you or the world ongoing until you mark a condition.
Okay.
Best of luck, Hazel.
Thanks.
And the fool kind of
Magic
swims around around Dinky for a second before swimming towards the others. And time resumes for the two of you. So tell us what happens for the two of you.
So I think like you just see that Violet's face has turned like gratified but confused. And they kind of push Oblivion back, like with their head still. You know when dogs get really confused about things and they like tilt the head? That's really what Violet is doing right now. And push towards where Hazel hopefully is, so that I'm hoping to put Oblivion off balance, so potentially Hazel has an opening.
And Hazel, what do you do?
So I feel like I can kind of, from my knack and tinkering, kind of know what a similar weight of the wand would be. Take something from my pocket and hopefully kind of switcheroo for a second as things are distracted. And then I'm sprinting.
All
I am
right.
running.
So you're going to have to roll for that. Do you think this is directly engaging a threat?
Oh god. Sure.
If you think it's something else, you can.
I honestly don't know what it would be.
So I'm going to say directly engage then. Can you roll plus danger, I believe? Yes, plus danger.
Okay. A 7 after it was an 8 minus 1, 7.
Okay. So you can choose one. Do you resist or avoid their blows? Do you take something from them? Do you create an opportunity for your allies? Or do you impress, surprise, or frighten your opposition?
I'm taking the wand and preparing for damage.
Okay. So you take the wand and they reach out with one of their tentacles again. And I need you to roll take a powerful blow. Okay. Which is plus nothing. It's plus nothing. Unless you have conditions marked.
4.
How do you just take this blow?
I feel like the kinetic absorption kicks in right as that tentacle swings in and it absorbs it. So at the point it would hit kinetic absorption and it lets her propel forward out for the scene, maybe an open window as she starts like running like parkour down the building side.
Okay. So before you get to the building, you are enveloped in a flash of colors and you reappear on the other side of the building right next to Oblivion. And Rory, you would know that Oblivion can't do that. What is anybody else doing?
I think. First of all, Skylar, do you want to go first? You're muted.
Good looking out. Thank you. Appreciate it. I was probably going to kick Oblivion with my powerful legs.
Directly engage a threat.
Yep.
Right as you start
Let me
to
do
kick,
that.
though,
Ooh.
time slows down and there is a cat in your face. Hi, Sarah.
Hello.
Don't worry, I won't tell the others.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, one of them's real nosy.
Yeah, it's I'm not gonna explain why. It's kind of a personal, but
Yeah,
it's
no,
not out
that's
of
her
like
business.
malicious intent. Um,
No, she's like 19. It's cool.
yeah.
But you're talking to me.
Mhm. I just want
Cool.
you to be more sure, I guess, in a way. More, I want you to be brave and strong like you are. So
Yeah,
you've got
thanks.
this.
Yeah, already
And you have
crushing it.
+2 to directly engage a threat ongoing.
Excellent. Let
As
me do that.
she kind of chirps and then swims away, and
Oh,
time
cute kitty.
goes back.
We'll give her a little butt pat. Let's see. Oh, hell yeah, that's 11 total.
All right.
For kicking. Probably doing like a cool I think Zara's signature move is like one heavy armor leg plants on the ground and they kind of whip around really fast in a circle. They call that one the construction crane.
Nice. So on an 11, you can pick 2. Do you want to resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, or impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition?
Ooh. You know what? Okay. I'm going to say resist harm and surprise, oppress, frighten the opposition.
All right, I'm going to say that you surprise them.
Yeah, probably was not expecting me to just kick them.
Definitely wasn't. And as they go to swipe at you again, you kind of just step like on a tentacle that they were about to pick up, and they're like, ah! And that tentacle
Aw.
just disappears in a wave of water. Um, they have 2 conditions marked now. So they are going to lash out without thought.
Mm.
And I need Rory. I need Rory and Hecate to roll take a powerful blow. As they don't even focus on the people near them, they just extend and go for the 2 of you in the back.
I'm going to use the dice that have been historically known for rolling poorly.
My dice know who they are. 4.
Yeah, also a 4. We're 4 buddies.
You both just take it. How do you both just take it?
For me, it's like extending hand out, hand grows to giant size, wraps around the tentacle, like getting ready to pull them closer into melee with me.
So you all watch as Rory just pulls Oblivion closer, and Oblivion kind of shrieks a little bit in surprise.
Hecate extends the blades on their fingers and just slashes into the tentacle and rips it off. And then looks right at Oblivion, directly in the eyes, and goes, "Wow, maybe I should be the one calling you sweetie."
The tentacle dissolves in water as it's not actually a part of Oblivion. And they just kind of shrug look at you kind of in fear now. And then they look at Rory. What are you gonna do, Rory?
Whatever I can to stop you.
And go ahead and do it. I'd love to see you try.
While the two of them are distracted, Hecate's going to throw a fireball right at Oblivion's face.
As you go to, time slows down. And there's a cat in your face.
Ah!
Hi, Sasha.
Ah!
Be not afraid.
Okay, God!
I'm not a god. I'm a cat. For now.
Those are the same
Anyways.
thing.
See, you get it. Okay. I know there's a lot going on. You know, of Gaia and the other thing. Listen. It's not your fault. It's not. You're not guilty in this. And Gaia knows you're not either. And as they say that, you are going to take +2 to provoke someone or assess the situation until you take a condition. And they kind of chirp, swim around your head, and then swim away. And time speeds up, and roll to throw fireball.
Absolutely. I assume that will be unleashing my powers.
That can be unleashing your powers.
Ooh. That's going to be an 11 to fireball Oblivion in the face.
Oh my god, poor Oblivion.
Railgun and Hecate are out for blood.
Love to scrap.
All
Love
right.
to fight.
You throw a fireball, and it just slams into Oblivion's face, and they scream. And they mark another condition. Jesus Christ.
I actually,
Mhm.
I think Rory might reflexively go to defend.
If Rory turns on Hecate, there's an immediate flinch. And Hecate looks right at Rory.
To be clear, not to go offensively against Hecate.
Oh, I
To
know.
physically defend Oblivion.
Brimstone, you have to let it go.
I am unsure what to do in this moment. Could we make the dice decide something? I don't know what role would be appropriate, but...
So I want to check in with the table. You can privately message me if you're not okay with this. So
I'm
private
okay with it. I just think it's
No,
so
we
early for this to happen.
I didn't
Yeah.
expect to be going up against my nemesis in the first episode.
You gave me a nemesis.
Yes.
Your
to
beautiful
use.
nemesis.
You should have expected it.
I'm also speed running to Oblivion myself, which now has a double meaning.
Also, to clarify, what are Oblivion's pronouns? Because I think I messed them up earlier.
Sin, it's your character, so
Yeah, I thought it was wonderful to have a love triangle where all three use they them pronouns. So
Okay. I messed this up earlier, so I wanted to clarify. Okay.
Beautiful.
that was the thing that made Inner Sin happy.
all right. So, Oblivion's just lying on the ground, looking at Rory. And Rory, I need you to roll take a powerful blow from Sasha's fireball.
Okay.
I will say you're not going to be able to defend all of it because Sasha rolled so high.
Okay. Well, I'm getting something, but it is a 6.
All right. So, trying to think of what's going to happen. Okay. So, Sasha throws the fireball, and instinctively, Rory just extends and takes half of it. And the fireball kind of slows down, and it doesn't hit right in Oblivion's face. It aims like a little bit lower on their chest. And the fires kind of just immediately disappear against Rory. As Oblivion's still going to take a condition, Sasha did still hit Oblivion. What happens next?
Is Oblivion still conscious?
Oblivion's got one more condition until they're done. So yes.
Okay, because I think Violet thinks that this conversation would be a lot easier if Oblivion was not able to participate in it. So I think that Violet says, this is not the time to fight, okay? And just kind of flicks a finger. And I think, like, the way that I imagine this happening is that it's like you see something leave Violet's fingernail, and then there is like a little pinprick in the target, and I'm doing a sleep thing, right? It's like a unconsciousness thing. But I guess this is this unleash, or what is this?
I'll say it's unleash.
Okay. I get a +2 to that because I have a cat friend.
Yay!
Oh, but all of it's not going to save me.
No.
So that's 4 plus my 2, which is 6, plus another 2, which is 8.
Okay. So do you want to mark a condition, or do you want me to tell you how this is unstable?
I think I want you to tell me how it's unstable.
So you go to put Oblivion to sleep for now. And as you do, you accidentally put just a bit too much into it. They're still asleep, but you sent like essentially 4 of these instead of just 1. And Oblivion's going to be asleep for, instead of what would have been like an hour, they're going to be asleep for like a quarter of the day.
That's fine. Everything's fine. That's what I intended. It's fine. Everything is fine. They're napping.
As you do this, you hear a slow clap from behind all of you.
It's the rainbows. You're
Okay, NYC Gay Pride Parade. Can we not do the whole slow clap villain thing? Just come out, taunt us, and go fuck off into the sunset.
Oblivion disappears in a flash of colors, and you've noticed when this happens, it seems like the color is sucked out of the room and poured over Oblivion. They disappear, and then the colors are put back into the surroundings. In Oblivion's place is a person with dark blue hair, dark blue, let me see how I made this person to look. This is why we make the pit crews. A dark yellow shirt / jumpsuit kind of, with headphones, black lipstick, piercings, blue heart sunglasses with yellow frames, a choker, blue leather jacket, very much like just clapping.
Oh, I hate this person immediately.
Sasha just looks past whatever's going on here to Metamorphosis. Hey, Em, are you okay?
question. I know I got teleported. Where did I get teleported? I don't.
You just got pushed back to the other side of the room. So you
Okay.
were running opposite of Oblivion, and you essentially ran into a portal and just put right next back to where Oblivion was before Rory just grabbed them. So you're still in the room with the team.
Okay.
It was just kind of like if you had ran through a portal and you had just run back to where you were running from.
So a different person is in the place where Oblivion was.
Yes, they teleported Oblivion away and appeared.
Can I make a check for these powers? Because like I know supers. Like this is like my pastime as obsessive superhero.
I also have a move for this.
Victoria!
You both can make checks. If you do really well, I'm gonna have to make some shit up. That's the fun of GMing, though.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm going to be using Reading the Files, and that's going to be a 12.
Is that a 12, like, essentially, like, assess the situation, or what's the move say?
So the move, I can tell the team one important detail I've learned from my studies. The GM will tell you what, if anything, seems different from what you remember. On a 10+, ask the GM a follow-up question. They will answer it honestly. So you can't lie to me.
Remind me, how many questions do you get to ask?
So I get to ask a follow-up question after you tell me one important detail that I've learned, and what, if anything, seems different from what I remember.
The necklace they're wearing used to belong to a hero known as Artemisia,
Oh, no!
who died 20 years ago.
Do any of their other physical traits match Artemisia in any way?
So when you say matched, do you mean look similar or like match exactly?
Either or?
Hair texture.
Hair texture, okay.
So Violet was a villain for a
Mhm.
period of time.
Mm-hmm.
Do I know of anyone who has a power set that matches what we are seeing here right now? I guess this is maybe what Hazel should be asking, but I figure like villain, like we run in circles, right? But we hear stuff is my thought.
So I think the question is, can you roll me and assess the situation for that?
Yeah.
Because it also depends on where Violet was primarily a villain. Were you
then-
specifically a Hunter Heights villain, or were you a Halcyon City villain?
I rolled
Mary-
a 10.
You rolled a 10
good job!
on assess the situation.
Yes.
All right, ask me your question. Questions, you get
Okay.
two.
I guess, how could we best end this quickly?
So I'm gonna ask you, and I'm gonna ask you this: what do you mean by end this? End this encounter?
How can we part in a way that, hey, let's come back at this. I know we're both not on good terms right now, but after what just happened, I don't think the team's ready for a knockout, drag-out fight, especially with like possibly how Brimstone is feeling, how the group is. This probably isn't the best time for the group to do a knockout, drag-out fight.
You can just leave. They're not gonna stop you from leaving.
And I think my secondary question, what here's in the greatest danger? Like as far as like when for this hero's powers are concerned, what do we need to be aware of?
That you can go anywhere they want you to.
I rolled a 7 on
Mhm.
assess the situation,
Mhm.
which means I get a question. I mean, there is
Yes.
a list, but mostly I want to know if I know the name. So I guess I know
So,
anything about this guy.
were you a Halcyon City, like, general?
Yeah, I was generally in the city because there were big villains.
And you stopped being a villain about how many years ago?
I'm 19 and I was 16 when I stopped, so 3 years.
You would just barely know the name of this villain is Starry Night.
Oh, their name is so cool.
Oh.
Oh.
Like the-
While they're learning all of these wonderful, fun facts, Rory is going to throw hands.
Directly engage a threat or unleash your powers. Which one do you want to do?
Directly engage a threat. Because
Directly engage this threat. This will be fun. Hazel, how do we end this most quickly? Rory, punch.
Oh. That's fun. 6.
Okay. Mark potential. Doesn't say if there's any consequences if you directly engage the threat and miss. So I'm gonna need you to roll to take a powerful blow.
Fair. I'm gonna like get to 5 potential tonight. Like, we're
I
speed
do love
running
the
the Doom track. We're speed running potential. Speed running everything. It was a 5.
So that's a good thing for take a powerful blow. As they kind of just reach up, rub the back of their neck. Their skin kind of glows faintly, and you see symbols like drawings, like a tattoo sleeve all over their body, and then it fades as a giant claw comes out from the ground beneath you and tries to grab you and slam you into the ground below. How do you weather it?
Oh, this one's easy. I am going to, in a fluid motion, because defense is part of offense, go down and brace the claw open with my tungsten steel alloy cane.
That is amazing. As you do that, you see them kind of look at you, not scared, kind of impressed. Reach into their very curly wave of hair, take out a stylus, and as they swing it, it enlarges. And they sweep the ground with the side that eraser would be on, and the claw disappears. That was kind of impressive, not gonna lie. Interesting.
Where is Oblivion?
They're safe.
I didn't ask that.
Well, where would you like them to be? They can go wherever you want. Do you want them in your house? Do you want them next to Freedom's grave?
Oh.
Why do you have Artemisia's necklace?
Roll a Pearson mask.
Oh, okay.
I have a theory as to why.
I also have a theory. Let's see. What
I
is
think
this?
Violet assumes. I think that's what Violet makes an assumption.
Plus 1 day. Okay.
If you throw out your assumptions, you can all roll to pierce the mask.
Oh, okay.
I think it's a sibling or a family member of Artemisia's.
Okay, that's going to
If you-
be
Go ahead. What'd you get?
an 11, and I will also follow it up with, are you two related? Because I know what it's like having superpowered family. I know there's a lot of pressure.
God damn, y'all. She's my mother. Or she was.
There's a
Gaia is
lot of
my
death.
mother. Sorry about what happened to her.
I was a baby. I didn't see. I don't remember. But thanks.
I mean, the not remembering is just as worse as the remembering, I think. You know, you want to have something of somebody, but you just don't. And everybody tells you that you should feel bad, that you should live up to the expectations, that you should be what she is, that you don't have to be what she is. And your whole life gets molded around a person that you don't remember and that you don't know.
I'm
It's
not
gotta
what she is. I'm something much worse.
I don't think so. I think your tattoos are really pretty.
Thank you. I did them myself.
Really? That's so cool.
Really badass.
I always
Yeah.
thought I should get a tattoo, like right here. I think Violet like takes down the shoulder of her shirt. It's like I thought it would really look really good. What do you think? What do you think?
She's going to draw with her stylus in the air. And what would you want a tattoo of?
I think that Violet would like a flower, like something that is like her power, but seen in a positive light as opposed to a negative light. Like something beautiful that is not seen as evil.
She draws. Give me a second.
Not oleander, that's a poison.
I'm
Well,
looking
if
for poisonous plants that are also medicinal.
Sometimes, if you have too much of anything, it's probably going to kill you.
She draws, and there's hemlock and lily of the valley and lady's glove, and they appear just like they were painted on as a sleeve.
Oh, that's so rad.
You can keep it if you would like.
You should be a tattoo artist. It's really cool.
How do you know that I'm not?
I don't know. You look kind of young, so I don't know if you've gotten the proper certification yet, but you could be an apprentice.
Maybe I am. You also had 2 more questions you could ask.
Oh, yes, I do have 2 more questions I can ask.
We're just discussing tattoos. It's good vibes only.
She's just amused.
What are you really planning? I know that this can't be it. I know that yanking our chains and making Rory upset isn't it, because it's very easy to make Rory upset.
Oh yes, River told me. I'm not planning anything. I'm just here.
Okay, so you're more of like a go with the flow, chill type of person?
I do what I'm told.
Oh! Who's telling you?
The puzzle master, of course. Who else would be behind this?
I thought we defeated him! Oh, I hate that guy.
It's
While
not
this
that easy to
conversation
defeat
is
the puzzle
taking
master.
place, oh,
Mhm. Are
sorry.
you gonna try to punch her?
No,
again?
actually, we're past punching. There's going to be a smell of sulfur in the air.
Ugh.
We are taking vitality.
All right, you gotta remind me what the move is. What you're doing.
It's just my power. I imagine it's going to be unleash my power.
Go ahead.
$13.
All right, describe what you wanted to do.
Knock them out cold. Like, take the vitality out of them to where they can't move.
Okay.
While that's happening, I think Violet's like, we were in the middle of a conversation.
They're talking, and as they're going, the puzzle master says hello, and they fall asleep. And as they hit the ground, the colors leach from the room, and they disappear in a blanket of colors.
Hecate whips around to Brimstone, and anybody can tell they are very mad.
Hazel's gonna put herself between, like, this little
Violet-
tiny frame of, like,
Violet thinks that this needs to be said, so Violet is leaning against a wall.
What is wrong with you? Are you really so hung up on someone who killed the person that you were in love with? You refuse to let them get hurt, but you'll gladly interrupt an interrogation. I was getting answers. We were getting answers. And you decided that you know better just because you're older.
can we all just take a deep breath here?
No, we're not going to take a deep breath. Rory got burned because they're pining after somebody who wants them dead.
It's not that easy, though.
As you're saying all this, you feel a hand on your shoulder, Hecate. That's enough. You know better than that.
I mean, like, some valid points are being raised, is all I'm saying. Like,
Not when you don't know the full story. I'm sorry, Rory. Hecate.
Mom.
You know, I've told you. And it is not fair. For many reasons. And you have a flashback to a conversation. And you know that Oblivion isn't the one who killed Freedom. Rory is.
but like, would everybody feel better if I just like knocked everybody? I'm just saying we could have like a nap.
Talks. Maybe
I'm
you
just
should
saying-
all get. Maybe.
Everyone is very cranky today. You're not my real mom.
Hecate is
I will literally ground you so quickly. As in, you will be in the ground.
Hecate is correct. I lost control when Freedom's name was uttered.
I'm sorry. I get it. I know it's hard. I was just worried because you took the fireball and I didn't mean for you to get hurt, and I was mad because I can't let somebody else die because of me. You can't die because of me. That happened once and it can't happen again. You understand?
As you say that, Gaia kind of tenses a bit. And the fool swims over to you. And just looks you in the eyes. It wasn't your fault, Sasha. And she knows. And Connie knows. It wasn't your fault.
I guess you really
And
are a god. Gods lie all the time.
I have no reason to lie.
Hmm.
Talked to your mom. If you actually talk to her, maybe then you'll know that I'm telling the truth. And Gaia's standing there, still has a hand on Hecate's shoulder, and is Hecate's hair show through their costume?
Yes, it does.
Gaia just kind of awkwardly, as if hasn't done it for a while, gently pets the top of your head in like a comforting, motherly way. I think what you all need is to, one, get out of the broken building. I will take care of it. And two, maybe in a non-poisonous tranquilizer way,
Well, that feels
young
targeted.
hero. It is targeted. You had a point. Maybe everyone needs some sleep, but not against their will. So let's all leave. I saw that. Let's all leave. Get a night's sleep. Return Five's wand and Judgment's cat. And reconvene. You do have to return the cat, Tox.
What if the cat wants to stay with me?
It's a great cat.
Why don't we ask? It can talk.
The fool looks at you and goes, I'll always be with you, Violet. You just need a call. But you don't know Judgment like I do. And the star needs me too. You have people.
Fine, I'll return the cat.
Thank you. I could have escaped anyways.
I know. This is such cat behavior.
I am a cat. I've always been a cat. I will always be a cat. Just because I can possibly ascend to godhood does not mean I am not a cat. I will always act like a cat.
Uh-huh.
You're being a very good hero right now, Vi.
Why did that sound bad?
You hear the cat laugh as she
It
just
was-
swims towards Gaia. And
It
Gaia
was meant
just
to be
goes.
genuine.
And Gaia just puts a hand again on your
Violet
shoulder.
knows.
Puts a hand on your shoulder. It's like, I'm just gonna take us away from here, okay? And summons up. You said she also has elemental powers?
Yes, she also has elemental powers.
Summons up a wave of air, and you all go off into the sunset on a cloud of air towards the center. The
As-
panel shifts. Oh,
real
yeah, real quick.
quickly, as they go, what part of Rory was burned?
They extended their arm.
Hecate will very gently touch Rory's arm and is going to have water, just cold water, to treat the burn and give the arm a little squeeze.
You would actually notice that it did less damage than you would have thought.
And at
I'm
that,
used to burns.
You don't have to be. You should
at-
be used to somebody cleaning up after you, healing them.
And at that, the page turns, and we see one last panel of a puzzle piece sigil appearing on the building you all just left. And with that, thank you everyone so much for joining us for the very, very, very first session of Masks, the Puzzle Project. I am your benevolent overlord. Haven't ascended to godhood. I'm not a cat. GM Nox. And we are going to go around in the same order as our spreadsheet. which was the same order as introductions. We're going to start with Sin. Please tell the people who you are and where to find you.
Hello, I am Sin, asynthetic20 on Twitch and Twitter. And I am in a lot of places this month. On next Friday, I am going to be on Lost Caravan, doing a one-shot of a game that has been described to me as Rules Light Lancer, so Rules Light Mechs, I'm definitely into that. We're going to be playing Salvage Union. And then I have 3 ongoing campaigns that I am involved in on Singularity Roleplay. One where I am playing an awful preacher man that needs to die in Locus. One where I am playing a really bad attitude gay teen that is supposedly going to be in a slasher flick, but I think nothing ever is going to happen wrong for these kids. And then playing a Rift of Rapunzel in City of Mists. I think that's everything on the TTRPG side, and I have an independent supplement that's coming out in October, 50,000 plus words that I wrote myself. So follow me on Twitter if you want updates on that, as well as making my own system, hoping that I can have prototypes ready by the end of the year. And I will pass it on to the next person.
Which is me, right? I think.
It's you.
Hi, I'm Jilly. Oh, look, it's Jilly on most places on the internet. Today I spent the whole day pretty much on D8 Dungeon. They're doing a charity drive for Trans Lifeline. I'm done with playing with them this weekend, but it's an awesome cause and they are super close to their goal. They got to I want to say $1,650 out of their $2,000 goal today, and they have another day to go. So that is awesome. And I will be in chat tomorrow watching some of the games because they look super rad. And you can also catch the VODs of Dialect, which I ran this morning, and OK Cryptid, which I played this afternoon before coming here, where you can find me on Saturdays. I will also be my workshop just got approved for Big Bad Con in September/October. It's like the end of the month. But I will be doing a workshop on editing and writing for TTRPGs, and I will be putting out a survey on Twitter and other places on Discord to see what people want to see, because it was originally formatted a little differently. So I want to find out what people want to learn about. And I myself am an editor and writer, and I'm going to be reaching out to other writers and editors in the TTRPG sphere to see what people want to talk about, because I think it's a great opportunity. Additionally, I am doing Shakespeare in the Park. So if you are in the Pacific Northwest and would like to catch a production of Taming of the Shrew, then hit me up on Twitter, because we have a couple more shows left. And then it is the end of the summer season, and my allergies will not be sorry about it. It's great fun, but also sneezy. And that is me. I have been your reformed villain this evening.
And next is Mary.
Hi, I'm Mary Kate. You can find me at Nerd on Wheels 15 on socials. Right now, I've got other things going on, but they're not usually till later in the month. But for right now, on Tuesdays and Fridays, you can catch me on 2000 Tales Roleplay over on YouTube, where we are starting up a new campaign on Tuesdays called Sigils and Shadows, using Sigils and Shadows. It's going to be a lot of fun. Dark witchcraft, modern vibes. We've got a character that's actually a tattoo caster, so she does body modifications. And then we've also got on Fridays, we are coming back soon with the second half of our final season of 2000 Tales Weird Web. It's basically Arthurian legend meets Monster of the Week. It's kind of crazy. We're wrapping up. There's a lot of seasons. Check it out on Spotify at 2000 Tales. And then on the 7th, you can catch me on Lost Caravan for the start of a Lancer mini campaign of Dustgrave. So I'm super excited. First time Lancer. I said, hey, give me the most annoying mech that I can just zip in and out and just be the little pest that possible. But yeah, everything will be posted on my Twitter or other socials. So go check that out.
Me next. Hi, Skylar, they, them, or whatever. I was playing Zada or Rail Spike this evening. You can find me on Twitter at HRT_beats. You can find my tabletop games at Skylar K. Swift on itch.io. I've got too many TTRPGs out, and you can catch me on Monday on this channel, Nerds with Dice, playing Neon Shadows. Exciting! Thank you for having me, and you're up, Elle.
Hi, I have been Elle. If you want to see if I will continue to be Elle, you can find me on Twitter at Sapphic Soulful, and you can also find me on the Bardic Inspiration Network on Twitch. Every other Monday and Wednesday, we have 2 Tales of Exandria games that are ongoing. We have Shadows of the Lost and Swords of Byrodin. So that will be this Monday, this Wednesday, and every other Monday and Wednesday for the foreseeable future. I've got a little tiefling who is very obsessed with eggs and also has a child now. And I have a Eladrin druid who is very obsessed with murder and also has a child now. It happened twice.
The real gay agenda is just adopting a bunch of children for the found family. Hi everyone, I am Nox. My pronouns are she, her, and I was your game master today. And I had an absolutely amazing time. You can find me on social media at Noxternal_7. I'm not in any other games this week. I do have a casting call out because I'm going to be running in about a 6-episode, about 2-hour sessions each, campaign using the Valor system by Valorous Games. It's going to be another all disabled table, and it's the magical girl genre, and I'm very excited. That's going to be arc of Infinity City, so I'm very, very excited for that. The casting call is currently out. Also have my Ko-Fi open. I'm trying to raise money for housing, and then also I just found out today that I now have to raise $5,000 in a week for grad school, or I lose my grad school. So I have commissions open. I will draw. I will crochet. I will do anything. I would like to go to grad school, please. So you can check out my Ko-Fi. That's also linked again in Twitter. I also have a couple of announcements for everyone. So again, this stream was sponsored by the ever so lovely Grinding Coffee Co., which is a Black and LGBTQ plus coffee company. So you can use the link in the chat or the code Gunmetal Blues to get 10% off. There's also merch with Nerds with Dice. You can find those links in the chat or go to Nerds with Dice, Nerds W Dice on Twitter. Tuesday, July 31st, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time begins the Neon Shadows and Arcana Punk campaign. August 4th, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, join Nerds with Dice for a one-shot of the, oh god, I don't know how to pronounce this, Wi-Fi, which is an urban fantasy horror adventure. Beginning August 1st and ending on the 31st, Nerds with Dice is hosting a game jam. Short games, up to 3 games, and solo games are welcome. You can find the Nightmare Before Halloween jam on itch.io for more information. And with that, we are going to be raiding Women of D&D. They are playing Mothership and they're raising money for 1,000 Dreams funds. We'll see y'all next week. Bye, y'all.